and welcome to the 30-Day Summit, where Russell Brunson has brought together a collection of his top 2 Comma Club and 8-figure award winners to share with you how they would literally survive and begin to rebuild their business in just 30 days if they lost it all. My name is Bailey Richard, and right now I'm delighted to be speaking with Julie Stoian. Julie Stoian is a digital marketing consultant and marketing coach, making her mark on the internet through her popular brand, Create Your Laptop Life. Julie has inspired and equipped thousands of up-and-coming business owners with the skills and strategies they need to create, build, and grow profitable online businesses. Julie started her journey to entrepreneurship as a blogger and writer, garnering the attention of media outlets like the New York Times and Washington Post with her no-holds-barred approach to social media. After a rocky divorce and unexpected pregnancy in 2014 that left her needing to build a profitable business quickly, Julie transformed her passion and love for internet marketing into the 7-figure business she has today. In addition to her business, she is also a head coach and funnel builder working with Russell Brunson and ClickFunnels. Julie has been featured on media outlets like Anderson Live, BBC World Have Your Say, and Rachel Ray, as well as numerous business and marketing podcasts and blogs such as Content Academy, Boss Moms, GoDaddy Garage Blog, and Funnel Hacker Radio. So Julie, welcome to the summit.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited about this.
Well, it is absolutely thrilling to have you with us today for this interview, and I'm excited to dive into your 30-day plan right now. So from day one, you say that what you need to get clear on is who you'll serve and what you will sell. And you say the fastest way to cash is offering a tangible deliverable. But since you're not an e-commerce expert, you're going to stick with done-for-you services. So could you please share with us the reasoning behind this, and also which done-for-you service would you choose to offer and why?
Yeah, absolutely. So I always say that when you get started in online marketing, if you don't have any capital, right, you have to like bootstrap it. People choose usually either done for you services, or they choose like a course or coaching business. But you need a big following to sell a lot of courses and to make that money. And I know that it's easier to sell a tangible asset like here's your website, here's your sales funnel, here's your ads or your copy, because there's just more market value to that than an info product, which is often feels kind of flimsy and ethereal. And so when I'm bootstrapping, I want to be able to sell high ticket fast. And when you sell a done for you option, you're not just selling the tangible asset, you're also leveraging and selling time. Something that all business owners need. Not only that, but who you're selling to is a business owner. And typically business owners have a lot more money to spend than traditional customers. So going in that B2B kind of route ensures that you're going to get money running as fast as possible. So I would choose, there's a couple industries that I think are the most lucrative for the done for you service. Sales funnels and ads are very lucrative because they make money for the customer. Also, copywriting is pretty lucrative if you're good. Social media management or content strategy can be lucrative as well. And web design, maybe, but I think everyone should be selling sales funnels more than websites at this point. So those would be the services that I would start with, and that's who I would sell to.
Fantastic. And in your own 30-day plan for yourself, you say that done-for-you sales funnels or marketing funnels is the service that you would offer. Now, continuing on, this first week, you spend several days getting your business assets set up and in order, including your company name and website. Could you share with us some of the other tasks that you'll be taking on this week and how you'll go about them?
Yeah. So I find that you could actually get business before you even have a business name, before you have a website, before you have any of those things. You can just go out, go to local businesses, talk to people, and start selling. But I know that a lot of people get nervous. There's like mindset stuff that comes up. And so I feel like if you spend that first week getting your assets together that make you feel like you're ready to sell, you're going to be more confident and you're going to close the sale faster. And so I don't go into a like really big, huge plan, but just your basic assets, like your LinkedIn profile. A lot of people don't think about that, but if you're selling yourself as like a digital marketer, an expert, you're going to get your Facebook business page, your website up, have your logo. But a lot of people, when they hire, they want to see, are you legit? Like are you a legit company? And so sometimes they'll go over to LinkedIn and they'll just check you out to see. And I know a lot of people do that. And so just a few things like that doesn't take that long, just a couple hours, makes you feel like you have legitimate online real estate and you're ready to sell.
Okay, fantastic. So speaking of websites, you mentioned that on your own website, the services page is going to act as the entry point for your own funnel. So I was wondering what exactly you meant by that, and also what does that look like exactly?
Yeah. So using my ClickFunnels account, I'm actually going to build my website in ClickFunnels. A lot of people don't realize that you can build an entire website inside of ClickFunnels, minus the blog aspect. So I'm going to build my little agency website in ClickFunnels. It's going to take me maybe 3 hours tops. One of the pages that you need on a done-for-you agency type site is a services page. And my services page is going to be kind of a hybrid of like services that I offer, as well as some copy that helps to ignite my customers' imagination about what's possible if they hire a digital marketer. And so it's kind of like copy meets packages kind of mushed together. The idea is to get them to click the button to book a call with me. And once I'm on the phone with them, then I can sell them virtually anything I want, and I'm not limited by any particular buy now button or set price, because I can hear what they have, what they need, and then build as big of a package as I can possibly imagine.
Okay, great. Would you be willing to walk us through a little bit more specifically what this funnel actually looks like? You mentioned a few things in your plan, like setting up discovery calls, selling business intensives, and then upselling from there. So I'd love to hear more.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that I learned very quickly as a service provider in my old life was that packages sometimes hurt you because customers want to feel unique. They want to feel like there's something perfectly made for them. And I always use the example of shopping off the rack at Marshall's or TJ Maxx versus a seamstress coming to your house and like custom sewing an outfit for you. And how much more do we like that than the off the rack experience? And so as a service provider, you can get stressed thinking about, all right, well, what will my funnel package be? What will my ad package be? And if you stop all of that, then what happens is you're not framing the customer to think in packages, because the packages often don't really fit anyway. Instead, you invite them to a call and you sell one thing. And that one thing is a business intensive. And that is the equivalent of being the seamstress, going to the person's house and custom sewing a dress. So you actually get paid to do that. And you go and you work with the client to come up with a beautiful plan. When you do that, number one, you qualify the lead. Number two, you get paid for the strategy. And number three, you ignite their imagination in the planning process, and they also see how much work it is, what you're building, and it frames them so that when you deliver them a $10,000, $20,000 proposal, they're primed and ready to say yes. And so my funnel is exactly that, selling the intensive and then selling the high ticket proposal on the back end of that intensive.
Okay, makes a ton of sense. But now the continuation of that strategy is that we need to start getting people into those discovery calls. So in the second week of your plan, you mentioned that the main way that you're bringing in clients to your discovery calls is through sharing content and incredible value in Facebook groups. So I'd love to hear a little bit more about that. But also by the beginning of week 3, you've added to that Facebook strategy by doing Facebook Lives, ads, and even messenger bots. So I would love to hear anything that you're willing to share with us about this overall strategy of filling your discovery calls, specifically using Facebook.
Sure. So in the olden days, we used to go to business after hours, conferences, events, things like this in order to find our leads. And then we'd rely on word of mouth or maybe newspapers, things like that. In today's world, in this industry, everybody's hanging out in Facebook groups. I guarantee you there are over 1 million business owners waiting for your services in Facebook groups all over Facebook. And so one of the methods that I do is that I make sure that my Facebook profile, which is what I use when I go and interact in a group, is optimized and basically acts as the top of my funnel. And so my Facebook profile is leading people strategically to my services page where they then get on a call with me. So my job every day, and this is not about playing on Facebook, this is about actually working groups, is by answering questions in the group that are extremely, extremely helpful and comprehensive, because what will happen is 3 people are going to be seeing that response. The original person who asked the question in the group will see it. All the commenters will see it. And then all the lurkers who never actually answer anything or type, but they're still reading threads, are going to see that answer. And if it's very, very helpful, or if it's very controversial or inspirational, most people will click on your name and they'll go check out your profile. And when they see your profile will have links leading into the funnel. So that's going to be my primary strategy when I'm bootstrapping, because it doesn't require any ad money. Once I have some ad money ready, I have some capital, I have some leads, what I'm going to do next is, as a service provider, my biggest job is to show how much of an expert I am in my skill set. And Facebook Live is a great way to do this. You can talk about topics, you can demo. And I used to do this all the time, where I would demo how I do Facebook ads, and then people would comment, hey, can you do that for me? Can you do that for me? So you just do a live, and then you boost it, and you add a bot so that anybody who comments on it will get a personal message in their inbox from you, maybe with a link, maybe with an invitation to a call, and you can generate leads that way as well.
Okay, fantastic. Now, in your 30-day plan, in addition to all of the different Facebook strategies that you're already employing, you also mentioned something that we've heard from a few other Summit interviewees already as well, which is the Dream 100. And I would definitely love to get your thoughts and approach to the Dream 100, but also very specifically, I would like to ask you about something unique you mentioned that others did not in your 30-day plan, which is trying to form relationships with your Dream 100 affiliates by sending physical gifts. So I'd love to hear any of your thoughts about the Dream 100.
Yeah, so the Dream 100 was originally from Chet Holmes, and then Russell talks about it a ton. And it's the idea of amassing a list of 100 people that you would love to work with. And so as a service provider, these are people who you'd love to be their funnel builder, ads person, etc. And so you compile this list, and one of the easiest ways to get their attention is to send them an actual physical gift, because they get lots of emails, they get lots of texts, but a lot of people don't get physical gifts. And the more lumpy the package, the better, right? The more odd or curious it is. And so this can get their attention. But there are other ways to get their attention too. One of the ways is to simply subscribe to their marketing emails and reply to every single email that comes in with some encouragement or feedback or something. I have a couple people who do this, and I see it, even though I don't respond, I see like they constantly are responding, and then their name starts to come in my head. Then I see them, they tag me on Facebook, but not to ask for my advice or not to get something from me, but just to thank me for something. They'll do it in the group. Julie, thank you so much for this promotional thread. I'm doing blah, blah, blah. And I start to associate their name with thanks, appreciation, positivity, all this kind of stuff. Another thing you can do is buy their products and become their star student. This is a really, really fast way to get their attention. You buy their product, you become their star student, you give them an amazing testimonial and case study. They'll probably get to know you. In fact, that's a lot of how Russell figures out the people that he's interested in based on that method. So just reverse engineer it for the people that you want to work with.
And overall, the entire purpose of reaching out and offering value to these individuals is so that in the end, they will work with you, hire you. What's the overall long-term strategy here?
Yeah, the long-term strategy is that eventually they ask you to do something with them, either in a joint venture relationship, or if you're a service provider, they're asking you to actually build something. And then you can, usually your Dream 100, these are people with established businesses that can afford to pay what you want to get paid for the work that you're doing.
And again, I just want to say, in this 30-day plan, we've completely lost it all. And so if we're working on a really non-existent or limited budget, this is the kind of strategy that we really do want to be relying upon because of how free or inexpensive it is to reach out and authentically connect with others, especially over things like email and social media. So, Julie, I'd love to continue on to the final week of your 30-day plan. You are juggling so much at this point, giving value in Facebook groups, having discovery calls, fulfilling the intensives and done-for-you services that you've already sold. So what is your final focus going to be this week?
Okay, so the last week, I was thinking that one of the cool things that works really well is when you can demo your expertise. And so I think I called it in my chapter the service provider webinar, where you're not doing necessarily the perfect webinar like we all know Russell teaches, but you're actually demoing your expertise, getting people really excited to learn something tangible, and then upsell the services later. And the reason why these work so well is because what you're selling at the end of the webinar isn't information, you're selling time. Hey, what you just saw me demo, I can do for you. And the time is very valuable, and so people will buy. And so once you get this webinar up and running, this is kind of like an automated lead generation machine, that people can watch. Let's say, for example, you're doing, Instagram ads. They watch the demo, they watch you do it. And some people are going to see all those steps and think, gosh, I just want her to do it for me. She did such a good job. And they're going to call you, they're going to book your introductory offer, and then you can upsell them later.
Okay, so are you doing this as an actual automated webinar funnel inside of ClickFunnels, or are you placing this video on your services page?
This can all be done in ClickFunnels. All of it can easily be done in ClickFunnels, because if we're bootstrapping, I'm not going to buy any other programs. I'm just going to keep my expenses small. And so an automated webinar funnel can be built and completely automated with Facebook ads.
Okay, fantastic. One of the other things you mentioned during this final week is that you're going to start building your team. So who are some of the very first people or some of the roles that you're looking to fill, in these early stages while you're still growing your business?
Yeah. So one of the first people that I would probably hire in a service-based agency where I'm doing funnels and ads is probably a copywriter. A copywriter is really, really critical to the success of a funnel. And it's also brain backing work is what I call it, where it's like, it takes a lot of brain power. And if I'm doing all this stuff in the business, sometimes it's hard for me to have the mental energy to be writing all that copy. And so the copywriter can work with the client. And then probably the second person I would hire would be like a technical funnel builder who can kind of put all the pieces in place. And then the third person I would hire after that would probably be an advertising manager, so a Facebook ads manager. Those are the three key pieces. You might need a designer as well. It really depends on what your primary skill set is as a service provider, because you may still be working in the business and you choose what you want to do and then hire the things that you don't want to do.
So what would you say to people who at this point in the plan are saying that this is a great way to get started, but they're concerned about scaling?
Yeah, absolutely. So, there's really two ways to scale as a service provider. The thing that I love about my plan is that I know you can replace your full-time income in 30 days or less, like legit. You can do it with this plan because the value of what you sell is so high. However, it's not completely scalable. We all only have 24 hours in a day, and at the end of the day, we're still kind of trading time for money. So what you can do is you can build out a full agency and become a multi-million-dollar agency where you hire account managers who manage small teams and of your clients. That's where you can go. The other way you can go is you can go into consulting and courses. That's how I moved into, because what will happen is you'll get clients, you'll get skills, you'll have case studies, and then you can start teaching what you've been doing. And eventually you can scale through passive income that way. So you really just choose one or the other, either courses or an agency, a full-blown agency.
Fantastic. I love it. Julie, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you, but we're already reaching the end of our time for this interview. I want to make sure that I give you an opportunity to share any final thoughts with our audience before we go.
Awesome. So my 30-day plan, the best part about my 30-day plan is that if you do this and you actually do it in the sales funnel market, you're going to learn skills that you can then use for any other business endeavor you can think up. So, and that's one of the reasons why I think it's such a successful model, is because you learn that skill set. And then if you decide to do a completely different business that has nothing to do with service providers, you have the actual marketing skills in your pocket that you need to get any kind of online business off the ground.
Fantastic. Julie, thank you so much for sharing all of the incredible value that you have with us today on this interview. It's been amazing. For those of you at home who are feeling like you are ready to embark on your own 30-day path to success, I have something incredible I want to tell you about. It's called the One Funnel Away Challenge, and you can learn more and upgrade today by clicking the button on this page. But essentially, you're going to have an opportunity to craft your own customized and personalized 30-day path to success and getting your next award-winning funnel launched with the direct help and guidance of a ClickFunnels 2 Club coach. But when you upgrade, that's not all you'll be receiving. You're also going to snag some incredible bonuses, including a physical copy of the 30-Day Summit book, where we've compiled all of the written 30-day plans from all of the 30 speakers on this event together. Plus, you're going to be getting unlimited access to the interview that you just watched with Julie, and of course, all of the other Summit speakers on this event. And this is my favorite part, a second interview that I have recorded with every single summit speaker featured on this event, where they are taking me behind the scenes and via screen share actually showing me how it is that they have set up their own award-winning funnels. Truly, the value in those videos is absolutely out of this world, and I don't want you to miss out on that. So make sure that you click the button on this page to learn more about the One Funnel Away Challenge and upgrade today. Julie, one more time, thank you so much for being a part of the 30-Day Summit. We really appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me.